Come on, Mariah. We're gonna have some fun.
Microphone Ma already.
Oh. You got your fidgets, Mariah?
Yep.
Got your fidgets?
Especially because you're here.
You got your holy water?
I make her nervous.
You got your holy water? Bless the set?
Did you guys make sure to pray before?
I should have.
This is a big episode. You've been very highly
What?
requested.
Wait, what?
Where's my bed?
Right here. Why?
I have
Your cross, you need to have that on you.
Hold on.
Got my rosary beads.
She's got to do something.
Yeah, it's fine.
Mariah looks so nervous.
Okay, that's cool.
What is that, holy water?
Holy water. She's going to bless the set.
Never leave home without it.
It's
Never leave home without it.
That's it.
Give us a
She's going to go. I know exactly what she's going to do. She's going to go.
We honestly, I mean, our set needs it. I'm not
God
gonna lie.
bless
We need a
this
little
set.
bit of blessing
God bless
in
your
this
new
room.
home. God bless this set.
Oh, thank
Microphone.
you.
Mike.
Yeah, remember to like talk directly into it.
I can.
At it. Talk at it.
Did you hear what I just said?
I heard you. I don't think they did. But
Is there any special things that you do at new houses, like when you first move in, like sage, or how do you bless a house?
Well, we bless it. We had when we first moved to our house in Pennsylvania, we had a priest, not a priest, a deacon come in and bless the house.
A deacon? What's a deacon?
It's like a priest, but not.
He's a priest, but he can't. Like,
He's not a
That
priest.
microphone.
Oh.
All right, everybody, calm down. Calm down.
All right, come
yeah,
on.
let me.
Whatever. It's just another order of the church. But
All right, that was a little practice round.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys did great.
Terrible. Just here.
Mariah.
That was a good practice round.
We'll see.
All right. Should we just get right into it?
Do we
Wanna
want
the
to
intro?
do an intro? Do we want to just hang out? How you feeling,
Let's
bud?
do the intro.
Okay.
Jordan's not here. I got to get up and sing.
And
Okay,
also,
yeah,
before
yeah.
we start, it's lovely to have Mariah back into the studio after a long 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's our girl.
We're trying to figure out ways to sneak her back on here, and it's you got to bring these guys on.
It's working.
We got to figure out
Mommy
another way
said.
after this.
What?
Mommy said
What?
that you need to be back on.
All right,
She goes-
thank you.
But you need to be back on.
Yeah.
All right.
Guys, this is going to be a great episode. We're really excited. A little nervous, but we'll get through it, baby. We got drinks in everybody's hands. Heath and I got some non-alcoholic seltzers that's gonna get us going.
This is what we drink on our Patreon for our messed up episodes.
Oh yeah, we've been really going down on these because they
They're
bring us back.
They feel so good.
Heath and I don't want to say exactly how it makes us feel like, but pretty much it makes us feel like we're drunk in like the most
Amazing.
amazing way possible.
But yeah, if you haven't checked out our Patreon, patreon.com/Zane and Heath, we post a lot of extra content, bonus episodes, extended cuts of the podcast, early access, ad-free. Patreon.
And sometimes you might see us with our shirts off.
You never know.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Let's go. It's coffee time, baby. Let's go. This is the part where you dance. Mariah had to get up to do the intros.
Yeah, Matt's out of town and Jordan's out of town, so we have
an in-house team right now. Mariah is
right.
everything. We got producer. She's back as a host. She's going to be working the screen. She's got a lot going on, and she's got her parents here, so it's a lot of work that she's juggling today.
All right. Jack of all trades. Here we go.
All right, so today is a very special episode because not only is
most
it
requested video ever.
honestly since maybe the 10th episode.
Yeah.
The 10th episode, and especially since we brought both our moms on,
Yeah.
which were both amazing episodes. You guys should check that out too. Today we have the glorious Mr. and Mrs. Amato. Woo!
The original Staten Island mom, Tina,
Forget about
and Nick.
Tina and Nick, thank you so much for coming on to your guys' first episode. It's our second guest of season 5. So exciting.
Very good.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, of
having
course. Are you?
We do have a lot of really good stories ahead that we're gonna jump into.
Yeah,
This is
where you from?
Where? Well, I want to say that this is probably their third time coming to Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The last time we were here,
My third, your fourth.
my third.
You
year
came
fourth.
without
She
him
came
one time.
without me once,
One.
yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Okay.
They're here.
And I'm the one that's drinking.
Of course. No. It's going to be fun. You guys are here for Thanksgiving, which is so nice. We're about to have a Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow night, all of us.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
I'm really
gonna be
excited
really
about
nice.
that.
It's gonna be really
Annual
special.
plan?
It's
My
gonna be
mom is
nice.
in town too. She's doing her Zila interviews downstairs. This house is just a full house
It's a
today
full
with
production
full
going on here
production
today.
day
We
going
are
on.
working.
How are you guys doing right now? I know we're about a few minutes in.
Yeah, introduce yourself a little bit.
Yeah. How'd you guys meet?
Oh, this is a long story, but anyway.
No, it's
Shit.
not.
No,
the
you're
same
good.
way Heath and I met.
We're gonna be recording for a good hour and a half, so we have all the time in the world.
You want me to go first? I'll go first.
Oh, do your side of how you met.
Yes, do my
Because
side.
I know they're going to be different.
Yeah.
Well, a good friend of ours introduced us on a blind date.
Mm-hmm.
And
Shout him out.
Jeff Castellano.
Hey, Staten Island, how you doing?
Staten Island. Oh,
There you
bro,
go.
Yeah. He basically
Throws that pinky ring up.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just gotta.
This is the discipline ring when people get out of
You
line.
gotta-
Yeah, that's a fat ring right there.
Yeah, that's a big one.
What is it? Is that your college ring?
That's
what is that?
That's my parents gave me this for graduating high
That
school.
Oh,
was
wow.
almost a deal breaker. You want to know how we met?
Yeah.
Microphone. Mike.
You want to know how?
She needs the head thing with the
This ring almost caused us not to meet. I swear.
Really, that ring right
That
there,
ring almost caused us
and you
not
still
to meet.
wear it? You were almost not born because of that ring. Toss it away. Throw it away.
Throw it away.
So that has to do with a lot of how you met.
That has a lot to do with how we almost didn't meet.
Oh, okay. So which one you?
I
wanna do
cannot figure out
first?
how this is gonna. Do you know the story? All
Yeah.
right, what happened? What happened?
What happened?
All right, his friends and
Microphone.
His best
Microphone.
friend and my best friend.
This is crazy.
Stop! There has to be another way.
There has to be another way.
Think about
This
putting
will
it
all
to
be
your
on
chin.
Patreon. Forget it.
Like no.
You got any duct tape?
No,
You
like
can duct tape.
see how
Duct
mine's
tape it.
resting like this? You don't have to. Ma. Just like.
All right, listen. Let me tell
Bend
the
your,
story.
bend your
Otherwise,
elbow
forget it.
more.
We're
Bend
never
your
gonna get
elbow
through
more.
this.
This way.
We're gonna
This
be here
way.
6 hours.
All right, go ahead.
Tell the story, hon. Tell the
All right, so
story.
his best friend and my best friend were married, okay? And they were introducing us, but on a blind date. But first, my girlfriend showed me a video of him from him at the wedding.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, wait, I have a picture of him on my wedding video. So he had a mullet, 2 earrings, a pinky ring, this black turtleneck shirt with a suit jacket. And I'm like, no, not going to happen.
Mullet was an Italian thing back then?
It was
Yeah.
like
Oh.
90s
80
thing.
disco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So everybody had. I thought it was
crossed
always
over
the.
all sorts. Everybody was rocking.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
the
I thought mullet was
pinky
only like a
ring-
certain.
The pinky ring.
The pinky ring is what did it
'Cause
for you.
he-
Like absolutely no.
Yeah, because he's on the microphone in the wedding video saying, congratulations, Dawn and Jeff. And the pink, that's all I saw was the pinky ring. That's all I saw. And I said, no.
It's because he was doing this or the ring specifically.
The ring. Like,
It's what it
just the
says
whole
about you
look.
as a like if you're throwing
Like he was
around.
a he was a
New York-
Guido.
He was a Guido, Italian, New York kind of thing. And I
Got
went,
it.
even
Yeah.
though I was Italian, New York, it just,
He's a
I don't know,
Guido.
it just wasn't
Yeah.
my type. But anyway,
But I feel like you've turned into a Guidette now.
I turned
Guidette.
into a Guido. I was
Guidette.
never, I'm a Guidette.
I see you as a Guidette.
Yeah.
Right? What's a Guido?
You're looking at it.
To me, a Guido is like
Exhibit
it's a strong Italian.
Yeah.
Like a like
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, Jersey Shore. That's how I see it.
There you
Yeah.
go. Jersey
I
Shore.
get it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to break away from that like stereotype. Like I didn't want to marry that stereotype. Or get
Interesting.
involved with that stereotype.
Okay.
And
So
were
you
you,
got
were you
set
in
up on a blind
sanitation
date.
at this time?
Yes, I was still working.
And he was a bartender.
Garbage. I was a garbage man.
And he was a bartender. His friend was a
Bartender.
bartender. So I went to the bar to talk to his friend saying, I wanted to meet, do you know anybody? I want to meet somebody. And he's like, well, I got this guy, Nick, but you have to promise, like he's older.
Don't make fun of his ring.
He doesn't want to get married. He doesn't want to look for anything serious. And I says, no, I just, want a casual date. And then he gave him my
She
number.
fell head over heels.
I
for
didn't.
me.
Yeah.
You know
I
what?
didn't.
Fucking
Oh,
bet.
I did. I really did.
Come on, babe.
You did.
Not me.
You did. You proposed in a month.
Wow. You see that there's something about like it happening quickly back then, which makes it like just fun.
So how many dates did you go on before you proposed? And say how you proposed, because that's interesting.
We went on our
Oh,
first
yes.
date and then I went on vacation. Right? So I didn't see you for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. 2
Back
weeks.
then, that was a long time. too.
Okay. And then
Do you see how parallel this is to our story? It's
Yeah,
like
the
exactly
immediate
the same.
vacation.
2 weeks after that, I think you said,
Well, we went on a blind date on June 1st. Mm-hmm. Well, that was our first date. Brought her to my brother's house for 4th of July, and she got to
the
meet my
family.
family.
That was a month later.
That was a month later. And I think it was like a week after that I had told her I wanted to
How'd you tell her?
take a little further.
How'd you ask? Go ahead.
I want to know. Where were you?
I walked into your apartment and there was candles,
My
and
pristine
a bouquet of
apartment.
flowers.
Okay.
And there was a little note saying, he wanted to spend the rest of a life, not a proposal, but it was more like a commitment, like
Yeah.
Like a promise.
boyfriend, girlfriend now.
All right, now say the proposal.
Oh, so then
It's just cool. Like, come on.
it's not that easy because it's daddy. Daddy does not do things normal.
All right, go ahead.
That's me.
And that's how it should be. It'd be different.
Why?
Oh, so then we
Can't hit a
sent.
moving
I
target.
think
Then
she
we
can't remember it. She's just like,
Yeah, tell him.
I could have told them the whole thing.
I remember he didn't propose officially. We set a wedding date. We booked the church. We booked the venue. We booked the band. We booked everything.
you planned an entire wedding before
Planned
being
an
engaged.
entire wedding before he
All right,
even
let me-
proposed.
Wait, let me
Yes.
jump in here.
That means wow, that's love
we
right
planned
there.
a wedding
All right, Dad,
before
go
he
ahead.
proposed.
All right. From what I recall,
Were you guys on drugs during the
no,
was
that's
one
what
of
the
my-
problem
Wait,
was.
I thought that was another deal breaker.
Oh,
I
she
thought he
thought I
was
was on
drugs.
cocaine.
What?
I thought he was on
It's
drugs.
just his personality was just like, was he high energy?
pinky
he
ring?
has
I'll
a-
say gives off big time cocaine guy.
Okay. All right.
He has like a
Tracksuit, pinky ring. I mean,
You had tracksuit on?
he's
I'm having a problem with you right now.
All right now. Oh, I didn't even realize.
This is it.
No, I love it. I love it.
We go to the Mets game, and I had it all planned. One of the ushers at the Mets game was a friend of mine. Used to work in sanitation. I said, I want to put it up on the scoreboard. No problem. Tina, will you marry me? Get there. We're waiting. Now
Wait,
it's-
it was on the scoreboard at the game?
Well, this is what happened. We get to the game. I'm waiting. 3rd inning, 4th inning, 5th inning. I said, it's not happening. Had a backup plan, but I put her ring in a little velvet pouch and put it in a Cracker Jacks box. So when I gave her the Cracker Jacks, she opened it up. I got down on my knee, and I asked her to marry me.
during the 7th inning stretch.
17 stretch, yeah. And everybody was clapping around us.
So everybody's standing up and he's down. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're supposed to stand during the 7th inning stretch.
So,
It's a good thing I had the backup plan.
so the scoreboard never happened.
You know what happened? A week before I was going to do it, he says they stopped it because they had a problem with it for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, okay. It would have been nice for them to let you know.
Yeah, right.
You know, through text or through beeper.
Yeah, they don't let you know.
Oh, that's.
They don't.
oh wow, that's the picture.
Oh
from the
my
game.
God!
That's
This is it.
amazing.
So
That is incredible.
that's our very first picture taken together. Look at the mullet. Look at the ring.
That
The
thing-
earrings.
That's the ring, right?
She's killing
That's
me.
the
It looks
ring.
good.
Oh my God!
Oh, forget it.
How do you look younger now?
Oh,
Oh, I love
Who?
you.
Nick?
How do you How do you look? That's insane.
He kind of reminds me of your dad in these
A little
pictures.
bit. My-
Was all right. How old do you think we were?
In which both
In
pictures?
It's the same. It's
Well,
only a month
back then,
apart.
people were getting
It's
pi-
only a month apart. These pictures.
Getting married younger back then, so I would say 24.
For who? Me or him?
Me or her?
Don't you dare say me. I would say him 26 and you 24.
10 years off on me.
He was 36.
I was 36 years old.
And I'm 23.
Oh wow!
First time we had our first dance together, we danced to Mala Femina.
Oh, my mother's favorite
That was his
song.
mother's favorite song.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You look like you kind of had you run the cartel. I'm not gonna lie.
It's giving, mom.
It's giving mom. That's probably why she was scared.
And his T-shirt, that was like the style. You had to cut off the neck of your T-shirt, so that's like a cut off neck.
Yeah, my
You got to
dad-
show off the
T-shirt.
chest meat.
My dad did that
and
too.
the
It
acid
was a thing
wash
back then.
jeans.
Yeah.
We had the acid wash jeans.
Did you think
Beautiful
he was?
couple.
Look at my nails.
Did you think he was made when you first met him?
Made,
Oh, I
What do you mean, made?
Made in the shade?
Self-made?
Like
You know.
made in the shade.
Come on,
What?
you know what that term
like
means.
created, but created.
Wait, I don't know. I don't know that term either.
Now-
They're
Let me-
playing dumb.
Yeah.
They're playing dumb.
everybody, you know what I mean? You know, you know what
Mob,
I'm
like the
talking about.
mob. They're talking
Like,
about the mob.
was he a made man? Did you think he was like had ties?
I had.
Because sanitation is
Yeah,
you can move a lot through sanitation.
yeah, you can move some bodies.
yeah, you definitely can. But anyway,
We should bring the lie detector.
I had the black caddy at the time. Coupe de Ville,
What
black.
time? This time? did not have. You had the truck.
Truck.
You
You
had
had your Blazer.
I had the Jimmy then. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And that's why we have to have you both on here to correct each other.
Was it still pretty like prevalent at the time when you guys were first meeting that there was like
Like mafia?
yeah.
Are we allowed to say that? Mafia.
Yeah. We've talked about
You're
worse on
talking
here.
about it right now like you're scared of a past that you guys had.
No, I'm trying. No, there's
Hey, I don't have any problem.
nothing. We got nothing to hide.
But anyway, before I worked for the city sanitation, I did work for a private outfit,
What does that
what's
mean?
private outfit?
Like
a private sanitation. So
who would need
That's
a
more
private
connected.
who needs something private?
Private garbage.
businesses.
What are they disposing of? That
Yeah.
Dad, you
Private.
picked up garbage at the Godfather house, right?
On Longfellow, yes, I did.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was very heavy garbage.
Yeah.
How many bins?
And that was a con. That was like something on my checklist. Like if someone who I wanted.
Just like a
to
red
marry.
flag. Oh, as
opposite.
a pro. That was a con.
No, that was a pro. I definitely wanted like a blue collar worker.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
And sanitation in New York is like a really like respected
Yeah. Yeah.
like career.
Yeah. So when he said he was sanitation, that was like, oh, no, all right, great job. Good job.
What age did you retire from sanitation?
I was 47.
And you retired in that, and that's when you guys all moved to Pennsylvania.
I did.
Yes.
I did 20 years to the day, and then we were having a house built in December of 2000. By July of 2001, we were out of there. We were out of New York, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't want to. We didn't want to bring them up on Staten Island. Not that there's anything bad, but we just wanted a little better life in the country.
You know what's crazy? That obviously, like I hear you guys talk, you call it like Staten Island dump. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it had one of the biggest landfills.
I just
Biggest.
thought like it was just like something to
People
say
just
because
call
it was
people
like a
dump over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that the entire Staten Island is built on a dump.
It's not all built on a dump, but a good portion of it. It's the world's biggest landfill, and it's in the Guinness Book of Records if you look.
And it's right next to where people live. Like, do people?
Well-
Like, it's just the smell is everywhere.
Yeah. Oh,
It's good
that's-
now. It's better now.
Why don't they like try? Why don't they try to
smell.
fix that or at least move it to somewhere
It's
where
not
people?
that anymore, right?
What if we pushed
They covered it up.
They covered it up, yeah.
Yeah, they
Now it's like greeny pastures,
they
beautiful
do
trees on it.
they do different things with it now, but they had plans for it back then. They were going to build a park. They were going to do a few things, and I think those plans are in the works, but it just never
one day?
Interesting.
never came to fruition.
Last time I was there,
I
Mariah
liked
drove
living
me
there.
through where all like the crazy houses are. What?
Oh yeah,
Frog.
Toad Hill.
On Toad Hill, what the
That's
expensive
where he did
houses?
the garbage.
Yeah,
That was
I
his
took him
route.
through that.
Okay, so you have 4 kids.
Yes.
Who's your favorite one?
John. Everybody's is John.
Okay, can you be honest? Is there like do
Well,
parents
John, as he
do
gets
parents
older,
have
it's
favorite
questionable.
kids? Is that like
I think it's a
That
thing.
has
It
to be,
has to
right?
be a thing. Because there are people like everybody likes a.
They have different qualities. There's
John
different
was
things.
just the least problematic, I guess you could say. He's just mellow, funny, smart, chill.
Okay, that makes you like them a little bit more
I
than
am
the rest. yeah.
her. My older brother is my dad. Like we were
I
obnoxious.
think Nicholas is more me, like when it comes to like confrontation and everything. You're more like Daddy because you're non-confrontational.
yeah,
So you're more like Daddy that way, personality-wise.
right.
Until push comes to shove. And
Yeah.
But I think Nicholas is more like me when it comes to like we like to argue and stuff.
Speaking of, let's get into some stories.
Right now, Mariah is my favorite.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Right now.
Okay.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsor of this podcast, ZocDoc.
Have you ever been on the hunt for a new doctor and you ask literally everyone you know for their recommendation? You know, a doctor who actually gets you, listens to you, and makes you feel super comfortable?
And then finally, after weeks of searching, you find the one.
So you call their office and they have an appointment available. Awesome. But then the receptionist tells you this perfect doctor doesn't take your insurance. Come on.
So wipe your tears, put away the ice cream, and head over to ZocDoc to find and book the doctor who's right for you and takes your insurance.
Yes, there are thousands of top-rated doctors on ZocDoc. They're all listed with verified patient reviews, so you can find and book a doctor who not only has years of experience and an actual medical degree, but also gets you.
And the best part is ZocDoc is a free app, and the average wait time to see a doctor booked on ZocDoc is between 24 to 48 hours. That's it. And you can even score same-day appointments.
And once you find the doctor you want, you can book them immediately with just a few app taps. No more waiting awkwardly on hold with a receptionist.
I personally waited 8 years to find a doctor out here.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you waited 8 years in line for...
Well, that too. But it wasn't until ZocDoc that I was able to find and book my appointments, just because of how easy it is. It tells you what appointments you're missing for the year, when to schedule them, and it literally took the struggle out of finding a doctor because you could see the ratings and everything. I absolutely love ZocDoc.
And honestly, this is like the best thing for me to do too, because my primary doctor, it takes like weeks to book an appointment with it. And don't get me started when there's like a cold going around or it's like the flu season. I can't see anybody. So ZocDoc is the way to go.
You get your recommended for you. I've got 2 out of 5 complete. So it's telling me that I need to see a dentist soon, do another vision exam. Look at that. Annual physical, up to date, good to go. It's so simple.
Exactly. If Heath uses this and swears by the books, then you need to too.
Look at that. You can even see the doctors that I previously, like if you forget your doctor's name or you went somewhere and you liked them a lot, look at that. I can be like, oh yeah, look at that. I saw them April 19th at 3:40 p.m.
Wow, logged in and everything.
Unbelievable.
They got their together.
So if you're ready to try out ZocDoc, all you got to do is go to ZocDoc.com/you and download the ZocDoc app for free and book your appointment with a top-rated doctor today.
Exactly. That's ZocDoc.com/you.
Thank you, ZocDoc, for sponsoring this podcast. We love you, and thank you for keeping me healthy and in check.
So they were born in Brooklyn. And it truly was a different time. I'm just going to say that. Let's start off. Okay. This one's the both of you. I want you to tell the story where, Daddy, you were working the bar. You were there. And the guy came in and tried to rob the bar.
That's Staten Island.
That's that.
Staten Island, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Daddy wasn't there.
Yes, he was. The one where his pink. Why is his pinky like this?
When he got mugged at his bar.
Yeah. That was before we were married.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I thought you were
Timeline.
talking about another bar that I worked at.
We're going to do that. We're going to do that next.
Okay.
The world's got to hear this story because
All
this
right.
is crazy.
So,
This was right before we got married.
all right. Go ahead. You were a bartender at a bar.
I was
Shout him out.
I was bartending, talk of the town in Great Kills. But anyway, I was bartending one night. And we were I was getting ready to close, and it was a neighborhood type of place.
Like a local dive bar?
Yeah, really, big time dive. Big time
Oh,
dive.
it wasn't big time.
It was a dive
all
bar.
right.
The hole in the wall.
It paid for our diapers.
Shot
and
in a beer
formula.
place.
It paid
Yes,
know,
for
as long as it does that.
If they come in and they wanted some kind of crazy drink, I told them go across the street to the Chinese restaurant. They'll make it for you. But
Okay.
It was just shots and.
So I was
beer kind
closing.
of
I was
place.
closing the bar. Right, I had the gates down. I was just getting ready to walk out the door. Now I don't carry any money with me. You know, it's always stays in the place. Got my car running on the sidewalk, warming up, ready to go. I come out the door. I'm putting the key in the door, and I felt something over my shoulder. I turn around. Here comes somebody at me with a hoodie and a ski mask on, and he had a knife. So me reacting, I grabbed the knife like a moron. Grabbed the knife. I crack him. We go down the stairs, and I don't even realize my finger's cut. He drops the knife, and he stands there, and I go like this. I say, okay, now I'm going to put one in you. So I may believe I had a gun. That night I didn't have.
He pretended to reach.
Wow.
Pretended to reach, which is a very bad thing to do.
I wouldn't have the balls to do that.
He just stood there, and then I said, okay. I said, well, come on, come at me with the knife, and one of us is going to die here. Throws the knife at me.
He like threw it at you?
Threw it at me. It was a friggin'.
You still have it?
A steak knife?
He still has
I
the
still have
knife.
it. I still
It was a
got
steak
With
knife?
the knife.
It was a long knife. But anyway, he runs around the corner. Now I chase him like a moron. I pick up the knife and I'm chasing him now. Now I'm going to get him. Nothing happens. Then I look down and I see my pinky hanging. So what happened was when I grabbed the blade of the knife, he pulled it out and he cut all the tendons.
Look at his pinky. It's like
see.
doesn't.
That's why he
straighten.
wears the pinky
Well, you
ring
gotta
to
take the
cover
ring
it.
off.
It doesn't straighten.
Oh, is there a scar under the
You can
ring?
see, you can
Wait
see
a
the
minute.
stitches.
How'd you get your ring off?
Right there?
Take the ring off.
That's for another day, hon. But anyway.
Wait, right there?
How'd you get your
Yeah,
ring
you see the
off?
stitches?
I think.
They're
think
like a
I do.
zigzag. They're a zigzag back and forth.
I think it healed up very nicely
All right,
because
Zane,
I could
come on.
barely see it.
You're killing me here.
I can't.
You're killing my
I think it's
story.
just. I think it just healed up really nicely. No,
Oh,
it's a
no, you did a
compliment.
good job. Yeah.
No, it's good. So it wasn't like almost chopped off. It was just like right down the middle, like sliced down the.
He cut the tendons.
Oof.
Completely cross-cut the tendons. So I picked the knife up, put it in the car. Now she's living with her mother, and I go to the house, and she's sleeping. I wake her up. I says, T. I says, you got to take me to the hospital. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Nick, God. I didn't say that.
You woke her up from her slumber. I get it. I'm the same way.
said what?
I said, what the frig?
All right, she didn't. Yeah, right. What the frig? Whatever. I said, you got to take me to the hospital. She says, what happened? I said, well, I says this, and that, and I had
I
it wrapped
called
in
him
this.
a moron.
She called me a moron. That's a loving thing to say.
It was 2 months before our wedding.
Yeah.
And he has this huge cast on his arm.
Well, he got
was-
mugged.
This was in December.
We ruined our wedding pictures.
No, don't listen to her.
All right, go ahead. Keep going.
In March we got married, but I had the cast off, and it was crazy. I had this giant cast with this rubber band through my fingernail, keeping my finger in this position. I'm like, this is insane. What are we doing here? And but it wasn't in any of the wedding pictures, so it worked out.
Well,
I thought it worked out
what was
pretty
the
well.
other story where you were at the bar and someone went to rob it and you told mommy to
Watch
grab
my
all
money.
the
No. He
No,
said,
no. There
watch
was a
the bar.
fight.
He
Yeah.
told me, watch the bar.
She come in.
Make it quick. This is a quick.
All right, it's a
go
quick
ahead.
one. Anyway, same bar. I'm bartending. Right, she comes in one night. You were out with one of your friends, maybe?
No.
Or you came- oh, she was
I
by
came
herself.
in to see you.
So a fight breaks out. Fight breaks out by the shuffleboard table. So now I tell her.
I used to play on the shuffle.
That's right. You
I
used to,
played
yeah.
on that.
I tell her watch. I should just watch the cash register because sometimes it's a setup.
Yeah.
So I run out from behind the bar. Now I'm trying to break the fight up. Meantime, all these people are watching the fight, and she's running down the bar like this, robbing all the money. Took all the money.
Wait. What? Wait.
Okay, he
All
told
the
me
money-
watch the bar because he had to jump and try to break up the
Okay.
fight. So everybody's watching the fight. He's told me watch the bar.
Watch
so
the cash register.
Right. So I just saw nobody's at the bar because they're running out and watching the fight. And I just saw like a whole line of cash on the bar because people leave the cash on
Yeah.
the bar and tips and stuff. And I just went like,
So you're the one that went and stole it all.
Honey, look what I got.
I made out good.
Tips for the night.
I made out really good that night. Right
Oh,
after-
she was
nobody
watching the
came-
bar, all
nobody
right.
Yeah, she was watching it.
So
yeah.
then he threw everybody out. Everybody out, bar's closed. So
As soon
everybody
as
had
she
to
robbed
leave.
the money, I'm like, everybody out.
Everybody
Bar's
out.
closed. We're out of here.
I'm like, I got you. I got you.
So what, it
We
was
got
you that
extra
set it up the
diapers
whole
that
time.
night.
They got Gerber. Y'all got the.
It was a
good
different.
one.
It was a different
Got the
time.
name brand baby food
Come on.
that
Hey,
night.
we didn't get the
Yeah.
no frills that week. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, one more bar story.
Uh-oh.
You weren't there, but you were a Coke girl at a restaurant bar.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
at
know.
a Coke.
This is
I was
good one.
a Coke check girl at,
How old were
at
you?
a mob bar. 17.
All right,
I was
so you're a
17
coat
or
check
18.
girl. So when people would come in, she would take their coats and put it in the closet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of
At
fur
a mob
coats.
bar.
A lot of
Okay.
fur.
Lot of fur coats. So as soon as you walked into this restaurant, the coat room was right there.
Yeah.
I would take everybody's coats. And that was a tie. That place had ties. So
They were made.
Made with fur, yes.
Hon,
Anyway.
plead the fifth, please.
So I worked there every weekend. I was there because my boyfriend at the time, he was
Ooh,
a
who,
waiter.
Pete?
That Pete.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, who's Pete?
Here we go with Pete. I've been hearing Pete for 30
Pete's
years.
not watching.
Pete?
That's not his name. That's not his name.
That's her cat's
Anyway.
name. Why'd you name your cat Pete?
Okay. So, yeah. So one night, his sister didn't have a job, but she needed money, and she said, "Do you mind if I work?" And I worked there every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was there every night. And then she asked, "Can I take one shift?" Because I made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Tips. That's all. They
Yeah.
didn't pay me. I worked on tips.
Mob tips.
So yeah. So she says, "Do you mind if I work one night? Because I need money." And I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." That night, gunman comes in,
Oh my God.
starts shooting up the place, grabs her,
Whoa.
holds her hostage.
Your friend that took your. Oh my God.
Like she would have been working that night.
That could have been me.
That would have been mommy.
Same
yeah.
position.
Oh, and you would have fought too. That would have been good.
Everybody runs out, grabs her because her only escape was through the front door. Like there was
Right.
no way. Everybody ran out the back.
Yeah.
He was like in the front. So everybody ran out the back. She had no place to go except right into his arms. So he held her hostage for hours, and he wound up, she handled it pretty well. She was only a year older than me.
She was smart though. She got in his
She
head.
played it very smart. She was making him a drink. She was like getting to know him or whatever. But unfortunately, right in front of her, he wound up taking his own life. So she ran out, but that could have been me. And then my father, you know what my father said? He had such faith. You know how like you says I would have fought back?
Yeah.
What did he
My
say?
father said he would have shot me.
Yeah. It's a good thing
I
she
don't.
took-
I don't think you would have made it because
No,
you would have
smart of
fought.
her.
No, I
It was
don't
very
know.
smart of her to get
She
in his
played
head.
it very
Yeah,
smart. She was a
absolutely.
very smart
Absolutely.
girl,
Yeah.
and she saved
she
her own
doing?
life.
Did she make him? Did she make him feel bad or something? Or like, what did he like end up
He
feeling
wasn't
bad?
in his
after?
right mind to begin with. He wasn't in his
Some
right
people
mind
some
to
people are
begin
like
with.
patient with like that type of like situation where they'll like
I think-
just kind of like get into like the role. Like some
A
people
lot
either
of
like
kids that get kidnapped, they escape because they're smart enough to get in their head and ask like what your family's like, this and that, and then get to like a personal level.
Yeah.
Well, they'll let them go.
And she tried to
Yeah.
like talk him out of what he was doing and try to tell him it's okay or whatever. And he just wasn't in his right. He chose that restaurant because he knew the owner
Yeah.
and something. It was kind of like a revenge. He was getting back at somebody. I don't know, but he wasn't in.
Jesus
He's right.
orchestrated that. No, I'm saying it was gonna happen. So somebody up there
it
was
was-
like,
it was-
"This,
like,
we need to
spare my
switch."
life.
Yeah,
It was-
because
Yeah.
she was gonna
Right.
talk.
No,
Yeah,
I believe that.
because
I
Tina would have been
believe
like,
she was
you don't
there.
got the balls to do it. Come on.
all right, go ahead, yeah, do it.
right here, right
All
here.
right, go ahead.
Yeah, my father said I would have screamed and he would have shot me. I'm like, thanks, Dad.
Wow,
Oh,
that
my
is
goodness.
that's wild.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that like a
crazy
is that a
story.
normal thing that happened back then, like in that city around that time, or
It was a bad neighbor. It was a bad neighborhood. It was,
Yeah, it was down on Bay Street, right?
That place is closed now, right? We looked it up.
It was a quiet area where.
yeah, but it was a popular restaurant. It was a very popular
yeah.
restaurant.
What was that, Roberto's?
Nick,
and here we
we
go.
don't know who's alive.
What's the big deal? Probably it's a parking lot.
Seems
now.
like you're
We're not
scared and
named-
running from a
I don't want
past.
to hear it. I don't
Yeah,
wanna
like
hear
made
No,
people.
I don't care. I just don't want to hear like
yeah,
comments.
yeah. I don't think anybody's
Like,
gonna
oh, I know that. I know that person. I know that girl. I know
Uh.
what happened.
Did that put like a weird thing between your friendship? Like, because she asked you for, to take the shift. Was she?
No, not her. I guess I kind of felt like a little
Guilty.
survivor's remorse,
Yeah.
right? Like it could have been me, or I felt terrible. Felt terrible because she was out of work. She needed money. I did her a favor.
There is no way you
I
found
found
the
the
article.
article.
Oh my-
Hostage taker kills himself November 30th, 1985.
Good job, Mariah.
Wow, Bubba.
Are you serious?
I wish I can zoom in and read, but
Does that look do you recognize the newspaper?
New York Times, of course.
No, do you? No, sorry. Do you recognize like the story? Like, do you remember
Well, I
seeing
can't
that
see
story
the
in the
stories.
paper?
I can't
You
say.
have to pay. New
I
York
gotta pay
Times makes
for
you
it.
pay for
Oh,
this.
Just
how
zoom in.
much?
Just
How
zoom in,
much?
though.
We'll pay
We'll pay.
we'll pay
$1
$1 a week.
$1, and then.
Subscribe.
Oh, you're actually getting it?
Oh, I'm so curious.
Wow, this is a great. This is a business
That's-
expense.
And then I had my boyfriend called me from the payphone. He called me from the payphone. And he's like, we're all at the gas station. And he was telling me what happened. So my brother drove me down there and the cops wouldn't let us through. My brother's like, her husband's in there. Her husband's in there. I'm like, my husband's in there. My husband's in there. And he's like, we can't let you through. And I'm like crying because I thought my boyfriend was going to get killed.
Yeah.
1985, November 30th, 1985.
That's almost it's November
I just turned,
22nd
I was
right now.
18. I just graduated high school in 85. So I was 18.
I don't know how. I'd be
I'm
able to
so
get out of
excited
that.
to see this article.
I'm in.
I can't wait to. I can't wait to like
you
read
found
exact.
that, Mariah.
Mariah, it's completely different from her story.
Yeah.
Completely different.
Well, I'm not going to be. Obviously, it's not going to say she switched shifts with the other co-check girl.
But you know what? If I was in New York
I'm
Times, I would
curious if it
include
has-
that in because that is really
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm curious if it has her name.
Love a good story.
If it has any names.
Did you guys used to read the newspaper? My parents would sit outside on the weekends and read the newspaper for hours.
I would
Yeah.
we would do the crossword and we would read the
funnies.
yeah.
The funnies. Yeah. And I would read only certain articles. I wouldn't read like politics, page news. I would read about like celebrities and
My mom's the same.
local news.
I bought
like
the,
the fun
I bought the
stuff.
paper the sports section,
yeah.
like the New York Post, the Daily News.
I actually banned the newspaper because I didn't like you reading all. said,
So
"Why
you got
do
to
you read this?
you got
Why
to
do
read
you
the
read
funnies,
this?"
but he couldn't read his sports.
There's a lot of things going on when you marry somebody like this. Really,
No, he would read the headline news and say, "Do you believe this?" I said, "Stop, just get rid." I canceled our subscription to the newspaper.
Oh,
Do you miss the newspaper though? Like I feel
serious?
like my parents kind of miss that like activity
I
of
do
like
miss the
sitting there doing
yeah.
it.
I think with a cup of coffee, I think it's a vibe.
And
Yeah,
my mom would just be out there smoking cigarettes,
I think
flipping
my
through.
my grandpa still does that. He still reads a newspaper with a cup of coffee in the back.
so you really never read like a newspaper.
My parents would get it and they would just give me the
cartoons.
like the advertisements. So I would go through like the shopping magazines to like look at
Yeah.
toys or whatever.
You got to do that?
Yeah.
Every time I saw that section, but
that-
untouchable. I would only do either the games or the cartoons.
No, so yeah, I would just sit there and sift through toys that my parents knew they would never get me. And it was just kind of like my window shopping thing I got to do.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, we did the same thing to
Yeah.
our kids.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our next sponsor of this podcast, BetterHelp.
Guys, the holidays are coming up, which means there's a lot of gift giving. There's about like 18 people you got to give gifts to this year. But sometimes you just got to take a step back and think about yourself. What gift are you giving yourself this year? And baby, we got the best gift of them all.
So whether it's by starting therapy, going easy on yourself during the tough moments, or treating yourself to a day of complete rest, remember to give yourself some love this holiday season.
And by love, we mean a good old therapy session, baby. And that's why you got to give BetterHelp a try.
It's entirely online and it's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule.
And it's super simple. You just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge.
Plus, you don't have to leave your home. Do it from the comfort of your living room, your bedroom. You can lay in bed. You can do text messages. You could do video calls. You could do voice calls if you don't want them to see you. It's so easy.
And it's just better to talk to somebody that's not your friend or family member or your boyfriend or girlfriend. It's nice to get that unbiased opinion from someone who's actually there to help you and who's who's trained to do this.
And it's the season of giving, so give yourself what you need with BetterHelp. All you got to do is visit betterhelp.com/Zane and Heath today, and you're going to get 10% off your first month.
Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Zane and Heath.
Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this podcast. We love you.
Ma, explain a little bit. You were raised.
You were by animals, by wolves.
You were raised. So grandpa, he taught you guys self-defense. That's what the family's into: boxing, karate.
Right, my
and
father was a boxer. My
boxer.
uncles were boxers. My brothers are boxers.
There's a ton of stories of you in school. Using
I
what
think
you
Tina
learned.
sees where this is going.
So explain to us, Dad, did you go to school?
What was the...
You don't need to.
Oh, wait till you hear that story.
I dropped out too.
Both of you explain how school was in Brooklyn and Staten Island. Explain the schoolyard. Were you able to leave off the...
Now you have to
interesting.
understand. We were both from Brooklyn, but he was from a different I don't want to say different generation.
Yeah.
Well,
He
it's
was
an older
raised in like
generation.
50s, 60s.
Right.
I was more.
So explain
70s,
like
80s.
if you were in school, was there a designated smoking area?
Yes.
Yeah, there was like
You get to leave school for lunch.
But
Is there-
elementary school, we got to leave school.
In elementary school?
Yeah.
No.
It was
either
a
went home-
different
Dog,
time.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah.
We either went to the candy store, the pizzeria. We went home.
Sounds
we had
nice.
like an hour.
Wait, and
probably.
And how would you get there? Would you get
We walked.
picked up? Oh, you just walked everywhere.
We walked
Okay.
everywhere. Yeah.
That's
didn't have to,
crazy.
and-
Was there a chaperone, like a teacher walking around with you guys?
No. We were set free as long as
Were
we
your
back.
parents worried that they're...
Are you kidding? No. Grandma and Grandpa?
when they
I'm just
took
saying, if I had a
attendance-
kid that was 6 years old, I'd be...
Back then, you
It was
probably
a different time.
My
It
mother
really was.
We walked to school in a snowstorm up to our knees.
School was
Walked
closed.
to school. My brother was in kindergarten. I was first grade, second grade, and then my other brother's third or fourth grade, whatever. And we're walking to school in a snowstorm and the school was closed.
But how far
So-
was the walk?
To answer your question, no, they really weren't concerned.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you go to school as soon as you get back. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no, that's what you did. You walked to school, you walked to church,
Okay.
you walked to your friend's house.
Your mom said like her mother would send her.
Yeah, she would
with
like
a
go buy
note.
cigarettes for my mom when she was a child. Like she would just walk to the gas station
And hand
with
her a note.
with a handwritten note from my grandma saying, "The cigarettes are for me. This is my daughter." going to-"
How old was she?
Probably a 10.
Wow, I love that time.
I know.
That's great.
Gives
cool.
you a backbone.
I do. And I don't think there was any more kidnappings.
Were things happening?
nowadays.
Did you hear about like, hey, so and so got picked up off the street and he's gone?
Yes.
Oh, and it didn't stop anybody.
You
That's
just said there's no
People- wait,
kidnappings.
no, I said there wasn't any more kidnappings today than back then. People got kidnapped back then. It was in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Missing on the milk cartons. The kids
I
all that
wonder-
was missing.
I wonder
we had a
what
serial
changed,
killer
though.
in our neighborhood.
Oh my god.
And they still let you
We
guys
had
leave
a
the
serial
school?
and you know what us kids used to do? We used to sit on the corner and wait to hear like gunshots.
And try to find him.
Try to find them. The parents didn't say don't go out. There's a serial killer. They were like, please get out of our face.
Really?
Yeah.
This is
The
so
Son of
this is
Sam.
so crazy
If
to me.
anybody remembers the Son of Sam?
That was the serial killer.
He was the
Son
serial
of Sam?
killer. He used to
I'm surprised they don't have a documentary about
to
this.
kill
Son of
like
Sam.
couples, like Lovers Lane.
David Berkowitz?
David
Yes,
Berkowitz.
David.
Wow.
Oh, I've seen him.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen
wait.
a picture of him on Netflix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
in our
popular
neighborhood.
one.
God, there's a documentary on him.
Yeah.
Isn't he on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, our parents didn't tell us don't go
So
out.
you were trying to find this guy?
Yeah, we would go around the block.
Insane.
And we would make up these theories like, okay, if you hear three. Now, we lived in, it was a good neighborhood, but not, there was still crime. So you heard gunshots all the time. You heard,
Yeah.
things all the time. So we used to say, we used
I'm
to
doing
say,
better than you.
all right, the Son of Sam, if you hear 3 gunshots, that's him. So we might hear one and then sit there, wait for another one.
So he shoots his victims 3 times? Like that's the...
No, they
we
made that
just
up.
made it
Oh,
We
They
would
were
okay.
kids.
Make
They were
things
so
up.
through the neighborhood. They were telling all the other
just
kids
make things
3
up.
gunshots means it's him.
Oh my God.
We would have done the same shit.
You started a lot of
just
rumors,
sit on
didn't you,
the
back
corner.
then?
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
It was a different time for her because she's a lot younger than me. So anyway,
Well, what were you doing when he was roaming
well, I'm
the
gonna
streets?
I'm gonna tell my story now.
he was
About
he was his
David
sidekick.
He was the Robin to the Batman.
He was made.
he was being made. I guess.
I was in Staten Island at the time. I was older. I was already going to clubs, so we were aware of this.
They're 13 years
I
apart,
lo-
to be clear.
I love
They're
this.
13 years apart.
We're 13 years apart. Yes.
Doing the Jersey Turnpike?
So when they, no, just,
Oh no.
So you were 23.
wow.
You were 23. I was 10 years old. No, wait. Wait.
Was that your
Yeah,
first date?
13.
10 plus 13. Yeah.
Yeah.
First date?
Mariah.
So you did go to
Editing.
school?
Are you editing this?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what to do.
So we were aware of like Son of Sam,
Yeah.
and the whole thing was it's when you went parking with your girlfriend in the car. That's when he would just walk up to you and kill.
Targets.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Those were his targets.
Those were his targets. Yeah, he used to kill you. Boom. But anyway, so she was in Brooklyn at the time. That's where a lot of the killings went on, in Brooklyn. Now I was in Staten Island, but we were very aware of it. But it never stopped us.
Yeah.
Like if we were gonna go parking with somebody in a car, we went. We just were a little bit aware of everything.
If we were gonna go parking in a car,
Did
guys don't know about
a lot
park-
of people carry on them back then? Like a lot more people probably carried than now, right?
You know what?
Or it wasn't a thing?
Nobody really carried guns back then that you knew about. But there
okay.
was a few people, that
Yeah.
they used to carry.
Oh, you would
But-
think that like everybody would just have one, especially during those times, just to.
You just used whatever was laying around. Like
Yeah.
he said,
I
when
think-
they,
yeah.
when they
They
used
would
to fight in the street, they used to take the antennas off cars, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that would
Yeah,
hurt.
just whatever's laying
Oh my-
around. Yeah.
it was like improvised fighting. You
I-
kind of just like look
Yeah,
around
it
and
was-
find a
it
rock.
I
was-
respect that.
it was raw. It
Just
was,
pick
yeah.
up anything.
They would break the antennas off the cars and they would just start whipping each other.
Was the boxing culture really big? I know you like your whole family boxed. Was it like big in New York at that time where everybody wanted to be a boxer?
Everybody fought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they hit the gyms. You had wrestling, boxing.
Because I feel like everybody I know that's from New York is
Yeah, you're a
very
boxer.
into boxing.
Yes.
Rocky
Well, her-
Balboa.
Her two younger brothers, I mean, one of them fought in the Golden Gloves.
Yeah, my father,
Uncle
my
David.
uncles.
You guys know Uncle David.
Wait, what's the Golden Gloves? Oh, it's
It's
a
a
it's a
tournament.
fight. It's a big
Yeah,
fight.
Boxing
Okay.
tournament. that
Oh,
they
got it,
have,
got it.
yeah.
Okay. Is it
It's
still
not like
happening now?
heavyweight boxing. It's like
Different
Okay.
classes.
my father, my uncles. They were Golden Gloves. My brother, Golden Gloves.
So you guys watch fights still now, or you guys are kind of over that
Oh
world?
man,
She
I don't
don't
like
like
it at all.
Like I watched them. I watched the.
I was
MMA.
raised that way, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like. I could fight.
Did you?
Yeah, that's
ever-
what I'm saying. You like you want to
I
fight.
can
You don't want to
knock
watch
somebody
fighting.
out,
how many
but I don't
street
like
fights
it.
did you get into, T?
Here we go.
I was never in like a gang fight. There was gang fights. I was never
That's
into
not what
like
I-
gang fights.
How many fights? I was never in any gang fights.
Like
No,
just
'cause
like
we-
cat
How about
girls.
a group
Yeah.
fight?
We were in gang.
Like
crews.
brawls.
Did you just say you were
Brawls.
in a
Heath and I
gang?
have been in a couple
What?
brawls.
You were in a gang?
You know, like friend groups.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't. I don't call my friends a gang.
No,
No,
they used to
friend
call them
groups.
gang. Like
Our
gang,
Like
friend
a
group
crew.
was our
Yeah.
gang.
Scooby-Doo
Our
gang.
friend groups
Yeah.
was our gang.
you
Or there
you
was ga-
two, when you fought, that was your crew. That was your gang. Yeah.
We had
Yeah, like there were certain gangs. Each street had their own gang of friends. Like
Got
it
it.
wasn't, but it
Yeah.
wasn't.
we should tell her about our brawl after she tells us about her
Yeah.
brawl.
Oh, they,
You were him?
No,
We fought other people together.
we
In
we
high
had a
school?
brawl.
No, out here.
No, here in LA.
Ma, you
As
don't know-
adults, as grown adults.
Yeah, no, we'll tell you after. We'll tell you the whole story after.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure,
But tell us
My
yours
last
first.
street fight, I was 16. My last street fight.
16?
Yeah.
That's a good age.
Did you win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't think I was going
High
to.
school, right? 16? What's that, senior year?
Junior.
Junior. Okay.
Sophomore?
I didn't think thought I was dead. I thought I was dead, but I stood up for myself.
That's
I did
good.
pretty
What exactly was going on that made you have to defend yourself?
We're walking in the street, and this girl, her boyfriend was an ex-boyfriend of mine. I don't know what
of
he
ex-boyfriends.
told her. Now, she was my friend. She was a friend of mine who started dating this guy that I used to date 2 years prior.
Not a good friend. That's some shady
I
stuff.
didn't care. It wasn't that. It's different time.
It was a different time. You're right. that wouldn't fly now.
They were
But
older than me.
Yeah.
He was older. She was older. I was still in high school. They were in college. They were older, so it didn't even matter. And
yeah,
it wasn't even like I was dating him for like a month.
yeah,
It
that's
was
fine.
silly. So anyway, so I'm walking through the street, and they're hanging. He and her are hanging out in front of her house. I don't know what he told her about us or about me. I don't know what he told her, but she hated me for some reason. Hated me since she started dating him. So we're passing the house, and she called me.
Try it.
Like
Oh, just say it.
what?
She
Oh,
called
she
you.
called me a slut.
Oh, okay.
I'm just walking past her house. I was doing nothing. I was
Yeah.
going to my other friend's house. I was with my friend, and she's like, "You slut," and I'm
Oof.
like,
That's it.
"Like, what are you? Like,
I
just leave
can't
me
picture
alone."
people back then saying this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like that seems so like fresh and new to like.
I agree.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
like that's-
it's very modern.
I feel
Yeah.
like the word skank would be more popular back then.
Yeah.
Or
Slut was
slut
the
seems-
word. Slut and
Like
whore.
I feel like
Whore.
it would
but it
have
was
been
a
like
hoa.
you
We called them
floosy.
like a hoa.
oh,
You know what I mean?
Lucy, what's
Did they say like floosy?
No, that was my mother's. That was our mother's. They were called floozies.
Losing, yeah.
No, our mothers weren't floozies.
I was like, let's retract.
That was our mother.
Yeah, that was
was
Okay,
the
okay.
term that they
All right,
used.
so she called you
She
this
called
mean
her a
word.
slut. You called her a
I called
hooah.
her-
A hoa. A hoa.
And she said, "What did you call me?" Now she's a big girl.
Yeah.
Big girl, mean, tough. She fought all the time. With name calling back and forth. She came over. She goes, "What did you call me?" I says, "You're a hoa." I saw her curl up her fist, and I thought I was dead.
Yeah.
I thought I was dead. She punches me in my face.
Thank you, Dad.
No, she was good. She was actually good.
She punches me in my face, and I'm still standing. I didn't budge. She hit me hard.
Now she's like a
I'm
twig,
16,
tiny.
20. I'm like her, right?
Yeah.
Imagine this. Imagine punches me in the face. I'm still standing. So my reaction, my knee-jerk reaction was to swing back.
Good.
She punched me. I'm like, so I punched her back, and then we just went at it. And I knocked her down.
All
Good
right.
for you. Tina
knocked
1,
you
big
down.
girl
So the
0.
guy, my friend's trying to break it up. Her boyfriend's trying to break it up. Her mother comes running out of the house, screaming in a different language, and just it was crazy. It was crazy.
Front yard fights,
So
man.
now, like, people like, what happened? So I had these 3 scratch marks on my face. So I'm walking through the neighborhood, and people are like, what happened? What happened? They're like, oh, she just had a fight with so and so. I'm not mentioning names. She just had a fight with so and so, and they all look like, and you're still standing because this girl was tough. So that's how. But that was my last. That was my last fist fight, but not my last threat. You know? There were threats that could have led to fights.
So you think that fight like gave you a little respect around the
street
neighborhood?
A little respect, I guess.
Yeah.
Respect.
I remember like after that one fight in high school, I got a tiny bit of respect. Mind you, she was a girl, but I still got like a little respect because she was tough. She was tough.
Oh,
she beat people. She beat guys up.
This wasn't Princess, right?
Absolutely. No. It wasn't
Wait,
Princess. This was
her name was Princess?
Her name was Akira.
Oh, pretty.
Akira.
Shakira.
I kind of liked her too. Poor thing. Yeah, I liked her, and she did not like me. And then she beat me up, and I like defended myself, and I remember I got a good like,
Whoa.
yeah, and I got a little pat on my back. They're like, Zane, good job, man. You did it. Like, she's tough. I was like,
Zane, good job. She's tough.
this was in middle school. I was young.
It's like lose though.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you want to tell your fight and then she'll tell the double Dutch?
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is the time where Heath and I and all of our friends got into a big brawl.
This is before
I wasn't
Mariah
born
was
yet.
born.
Before we start, Tina, this was not our fault.
Yeah.
We were just defending ourselves. There was no fighting these guys. All right. So just want to let you know that before you judge us. All right, Heath.
It's a good one. So we're at a bar out here, and stuff has been like going on. We're having like drinks, hanging out, and we didn't know it at the time, but somebody had bumped into Scott's girlfriend, and Scott turns around and like says something like, "Hey, like watch where you're going." And then the guy didn't like that, so then they start like arguing, and all of a sudden somebody comes up to me and like, "Hey, Scott's getting into a fight outside." And I was like, "Oh wow!" So we go running out, and this guy is in Scott's face, and he's yelling at him. And I'm just sitting there watching from behind, and the guy goes like this to cock back and punch Scott. And I ran.
What you did.
I ran up as he was cocking back, and I threw him in a headlock like I was choking him. And I was like, "Stop, just stop." So then he starts going like this, reaching back, punching me. I was like, "Hit me one more time, I'm gonna put you out." And he just kept swinging. So I just tightened it, and then he goes limp. And as soon as he goes limp,
That's my baby.
all of his friends. He literally goes like this. His friends come running out and see that. And then I'm holding this guy that is just like this. So then they come running, and I just I threw him because they were. So I went like this. I went, boop, and then me and this guy. It was crazy. Our group and their group just
It happened so fast.
Immediately found somebody and paired up. It was so perfect. So I got a guy, Zane got a guy, Scott got a guy, and I'm sitting here. Me and this dude are hockey style. We have our collars, and we're just going like this, just eating them and just throwing punches.
And the way these guys are fighting, it wasn't like a quick thing where it's like, "Oh, you're hitting our friend." These guys wanted us dead.
Apparently,
it was.
We found out they wanted it the whole time, and they were like known for trying to like start stuff.
The fight just all of a sudden moved onto the street. Now
cars are going by.
Cars are going by. They're all changing lanes, and they're going fast, and everybody is fighting. Boom, boom. Like me personally,
Zane's not a fighter. I cannot.
No, it's because they were out for blood.
Yeah.
I don't fight at all. I hate fighting. I try to avoid it as much as possible. If I see,
Mom, where's your microphone?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just. Do I have to?
I try to avoid it. Like if I see, if we're all drunk, Heath is being a little. I don't know. Like what's the word?
We don't look for any sort of.
I'll try my best to break it up just so a fight doesn't start because I don't like hurting anybody.
Right.
But you should have seen me, Tina. You would have been so proud. We were swinging. We got Scott's girlfriend. She was stomping her foot on this guy just to get off Scott. Everybody was. It was a war.
It was slow motion because as me and this guy are doing this, I'm looking around. I see Scott booming a guy. I look over, I see Zane going at it with a dude. And I'm like,
That is
this is crazy.
And it's not like us at
brawl.
all
It
to
was
be
like a
doing this.
brawl.
But and then we had Joe on it. We had Joe there. We had Jay there.
It was insane.
Todd was macking on a girl inside, so I don't think he had no idea.
Todd would have been. Todd would have had all three of them at the same time.
Yeah, Todd had no idea what was going on until the very end. He's like, "What happened?" He walks out after the whole fight's done, and he's just like, "What the hell
I bet
happened?"
he was mad he missed it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was like the only time we've ever gone to anything like that.
Yeah.
But we really held our own.
We did.
That was awesome. I'm trying to figure out like something crazy that happened within that moment. And I know there was a lot of crazy shit. I just can't like think of.
They tried to like start back up afterwards too. They,
But we were all
Really?
pretty beat up.
It was crazy because that happened. We're in the street fighting, whatever, and the cops were coming. We could like hear them and see them coming. So we ran and went to the restaurant across the street, and we asked the hostess for a table. And she was like, "Did you see what's going on over there?" And we're like,
Oh, we were all
like,
blood.
we were like, "What happened?" She's like, "This bunch of guys just started fighting in the street. They're crazy. I can't believe this." I was like, There's blood coming out of my nose. I'm like, "Oh, I cannot believe that." And she was like, "Isn't it crazy?" I was like,
Yeah, we all saw that. But yeah, can we just get a table here? She's like, absolutely. So we were all.
And we're just eating chips and salsa in silence. We're just
The
like,
cops come by and you're like, "What happened?"
But
No, officer, we didn't see a thing.
I probably shouldn't say this on camera because this was just in the moment, and these guys wanted us dead. Because so like when you're this was like fight or flight, right? Like you were protecting your friends. These guys wanted you dead. You were doing anything you could to have them stop, right? So the cars are driving by.
Zane, you're bad.
The cars are driving by, and I'm like, okay,
Bless you.
I have a chance to throw this dude in front of this car.
What?
That thought
What
went through
happened?
your mind.
It went through my mind. It was
he
like,
was
oh,
gonna
I have a
throw
chance to
somebody.
like get this guy, and like because he wouldn't stop, and he was like he was hitting everybody, and I just took him, and I had a half a second where I could throw him into oncoming traffic, and
Intrusive thoughts.
I almost did, but I didn't.
All right,
but it's
good.
like, but it's crazy that you have to just think of any other moment where like you would never do that, but like
Right.
in the moment where you just feel like your life is in danger or
Yeah.
someone else's life is in danger.
At least you're capable of coming up with scenarios
Yeah,
to protect
yeah,
yourself.
exactly. It's
And you can think quickly and
Yeah.
be rational.
yeah.
Yes.
So if you think about it, I was kind of made, I was kind of in the.
Yeah, you could have.
I had a
Zane,
little
you did
mob
ka-
in
you
me.
did karate growing
Yeah.
up.
Oh, I
Give
did
him
do a
a
little
Kia.
karate.
Karate?
Give
What
him-
belt? What belt? What color belt?
I made it to high blue.
Okay.
I thought you were going to check the camera.
Everything just popped. when
Yeah,
did
you heard that?
That's
That kind of
crazy.
hurt. I'm not
What
gonna
was
lie.
that noise?
Before we continue, we want to let you know that this episode is brought to you by the McDonald's app.
Let's be honest. Everybody's life is moving a million miles an hour. We're all busy, and we're all looking for ways to just make things a little easier and a little quicker.
That's why we love the McDonald's app. Say you're running late, or you only have a 20-minute lunch break, or you're just starving and you're desperately craving that classic Big Mac with a large fry.
Oh my God, Heath. That just like makes me want one so bad right now. Why are we doing this right now? Oh,
Well, with the McDonald's app, just order in the app, pick your favorite location, select curbside or counter, and then head to McDonald's and boom, your food is ready, baby.
guys, and that means no waiting in line, no dealing with the lunch rush, just some hot and fresh McDonald's that's ready when you are. That's a VIP experience, baby.
And I'm using it today because I don't want that face-to-face interaction. You know what I mean?
Because this holiday season, there's stuff going around again, and we just got to be careful.
I just want to boop, boop, doodle loop on my phone, pull up, grab and go.
And that's just the way to go. You know what I mean? You got to think about those nights when you're with all your friends, you're coming back from a good night, and we just want to be in the comfort of our own home when we're eating McDonald's, baby.
You know what feels really good too? When you pull out the app and you go, hey, what do you want from McDonald's? I'm ordering it right now.
That's a best friend right there. Mm-hmm. That's a best friend ordering from the best place.
I'm a hometown hero, baby.
So order ahead in the app to save time. Prep while you're on the way. Excludes drive-through at participating McDonald's. Copyright 2023 McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Gotta
Come
get that
on, baby.
trademark in there.
Yeah, gotta get it.
Trademark that.
Ain't nobody stealing it, baby.
Exactly. That's what you got, McDonald's, is that trademark. Not special.
Thank you so much, McDonald's, for sponsoring this podcast. We love you, and we will see you so soon.
Mariah, have you ever been in a fight?
I've never been in a fight.
Do you think you could hold your own in like a legitimate fight?
I think I could.
I think you could too.
I think I could.
I would like to
fought-
see it.
The only people I fought were my siblings, like Frank and I, me
you
and Nick.
physically fought with
Yeah.
them? Because yes, I was raised to defend myself. I wasn't in that many fights, but pretty much, and I was applauded by my parents, like as long as you win.
Yeah.
But I always knew my kids weren't going to be raised that way.
Yeah.
Like they were going to learn to defend themselves.
It was only-
without non-violently.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. And he's not like I says, he's not a fighter.
I think you raised them pretty well, though. I think they're very good kids.
Yeah,
all of them.
Yeah, as long as I think they could defend themselves without.
For some reason, there was opportunities in high school where for some reason there was girls that didn't like me, and there would be rumors that they would want to fight me, but nothing happened, and people would say that they were scared to fight.
That was,
And I was like, wait,
Weird.
what? I've never even been in a fight, so I guess I came off as like I could fight, so nothing actually happened. But
the way you dressed, you do look
Yeah,
like you fought.
Yeah.
Like you look like you fought. back then.
yeah.
there
I
was
had like the
nothing
poof.
scarier than being in school and somebody comes up and tells you, "Hey, this person wants to fight you."
bro. Goosebumps down. my spine.
I can go back and remember the feeling of hearing that this kid wanted to fight me, and I remember being on edge because you never know when you'd see him. So I remember walking through the halls just being like on high alert.
Oh, see,
'Cause
when I heard it, I didn't feel anything. I was like, all right.
the kid that wanted to fight me is
Who was the kid? Well, wait, was this in middle school
Is
or
this
high
the
school?
I remember you telling me this.
It was just, I
This-
don't know.
this-
But it was over. There was nothing
I
that
think you
happened. It
asked
was
me
just
what
like
to
bullies.
do. Like if
just
somebody wants to
bullies.
fight me, what to do.
I was nervous because the kid that wanted to fight me apparently it was a known fighter, and he had already smashed one of my other friends' faces and shattered his eye socket.
And you were a wrestler.
And I was a wrestler.
What did you say that made him want to fight you?
Nothing.
Wow.
So
okay.
you were okay. Go ahead.
So yeah, I just heard about it, and then when I asked my other friend, I was like, "Does he want to fight me?" He was like, "I don't know. You better watch your back." I was like, "What?" Turns out it was just a prank.
Oh,
He
what?
didn't want to fight me. They were just trying to get me worked up.
Oh, your friends pranked you, not Alex.
Yeah.
Well, what was the fight that actually happened where you grabbed the kid?
There was this guy who was a senior, and I think I was a junior. And we went to this like party. We're all hanging out, and he started like arguing with my best friend at the time, Gabe. And he got up in Gabe's face, and he was like being disrespectful to like this girl that we were all friends with.
You met Gabe. We were in Florida.
Yeah, pretty
And
boy
we
Gabe.
had dinner with him and his
we went
family.
to dinner with his
Yes.
parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
So him.
Pretty boy Gabe, is that?
Pretty boy Gabe.
Pretty boy Gabe.
I think
He
everybody
was a
knows.
good-looking kid.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
knows
yeah.
him as Pretty Boy Gabe.
He was pretty boy Gabe back then too.
Yeah. 'Cause he started like pushing him. So I was like, if he pushes Gabe one more time, I'm going to do something. I need to. Do you smell?
What? No, I was smoking a little bit.
Oh, I thought you were.
What are you doing? I'm smoking.
I was
What are you doing?
get out of here. I was just doing a little,
I'm watching him sneak. Oh my god!
just doing a little bam bam. You know. What I'm
So he's pushing Gabe, and I'm sitting there across the room. I was like, all right, if he pushes Gabe one more time, I'm gonna do something.
I like that shit, man.
And I was 130 pounds. I was really tiny. And this kid was 6'4", like a big dude. So I come running. I'm full speed across the house. He pushed Gabe. I just ran up, boom, across his face. He just goes, "What the fuck?" He looked at me. He's like,
You didn't make a dent.
Nothing. He was like, "I wasn't even talking to you, man. What are you doing?" I was like, "Leave Gabe alone." And then
That scared him really.
and so he's like, "Now we have a problem. Like, I have a problem with you now." So I'm like, "We just want you to leave," because this was like, he was being really nasty to the girl. He used to like date her and was like, whatever. So we start like trying to like push him out of the house, and it was like 3 of us pushing him, and he's got his fingers across like the door frame, like of the front door, and he's not letting go. He didn't want to leave. I'm like, "Well, just leave. Nobody wants you here." So he's not doing like
That
he's
would
just
kill me.
he's
Imagine someone saying that to you.
just leave.
A house full
I
of
would-
people, nobody wants you
I
here.
would-
Aw, yeah.
So he's holding the door frame, and I'm looking at his fingers across the wood, and I just ran over and I threw my elbow across his fingers that were holding the door. He's like, "What the fuck?"
You know, like MMA.
And he's freaking out. So we go outside, and I'm gonna be honest, this was my first time ever drinking. Was at this party when this
really?
happened. So I don't know. I guess I was feeling good. I had my confidence going.
You had a couple Four Locos, and
It was like 6 lemon. What are they? Lemon drop shots.
whoa.
That was my first time drinking lemon drop shots.
That'll do
that'll
some
do
damage.
it.
to
Sounds
you
about
for- That'll do it.
So we go outside, and I was like, just leave. We don't want to fight. Like, just get out of here. And he's like, no, now I want to fight you. I was like, okay, I just got myself into this. I gotta do something. So I was a wrestler at the time, so I felt confident being on the ground. Okay. So
You're
I was
like, but we got to take this on the ground.
yeah, I was like, if we
rules.
could just start in like a so I was like, let me just wrestle this kid. So we go face to face, and I just shot a takedown, and I grabbed him, got him down, and I'm on top of him, and I showed him mercy. I was like, just leave.
Oh, he's so giving.
Showed him mercy.
Bad move.
And I was like, I'm not going to hit you. Just leave. Like, it's done. Just leave. He's like, all right. So I go to get up, and then as I'm standing up on one leg, he grabs me, rolls me over, and he gets on top of me, and he hit me in the face. And like, I took it, and I was like, oh my, I just got hit in the face. I was like, this is happening.
You didn't see it coming, yeah.
So
He got you good.
I rolled him off real quick. We both stood up, and he's like, "What? What do you want to hit me now?" It was the corniest thing. He's like, "What do you want to hit me?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." So I'm sitting there like looking up at him. I was like, "Yeah, I do," and I charged. And I jumped up.
How'd you have the time? Wait.
Yeah, this is the
I didn't hear
longest
this the
fight.
first time. I didn't know
Yeah.
that exchange
There was
even happened.
like more that happened. I tried to like speed the story along, but I'm getting into it.
Oh, he must have been buzzed up because
So he was like,
They had a whole conversation.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, I do. I looked at him and I charged him, and I just jumped up and I grabbed his face, and I went boom, and I threw my knee into his face, and it split his whole head open. So then he went running and he took off, and then I got a call like, I don't know, like 30 minutes or an hour later. And it was his sister like, my brother's in the hospital. What is wrong with you? He's getting stitches. And then, yeah, that was the end of it.
Respect.
The next day at school, I was walking around and everybody was looking at me. They were like this.
Hey, it's Heath.
Yeah, that was my fight story.
Me sucker Heath. Damn. Did you get a little respect after that?
I did, and from all of his friends too that were seniors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Any funny Mariah stories?
Like funny Mariah stories. Mariah's
No.
just funny.
You didn't
She's
lose
funny.
Mariah.
I
Who
was
did-
just
who
the
did you
kid that was
lose?
like, Ma, look
Did
at
I
this. Ma,
lose
watch
Mariah?
this.
Did I? I'm trying to think if I did ever lose.
Was it John that
Mariah.
you left?
John.
I
Cole.
left John in
I
Ohio.
lost Fran.
Wait, what do you mean you left John in Ohio?
I mean, she had 4 kids. She would leave us everywhere.
John, we always
oh,
lost.
not like accidentally.
There was one time
Yes,
where
Yes, accidentally. We would lose them.
she went to pick me up from preschool, and she had my sister in the carriage, right? The carrier.
infant carrier.
And she walked out with me, and the school called her and said, "We have Frances here." She was under the table,
Left her under the table.
like like she was. How old was she?
She was in the infant carrier. She was just born. Like I brought.
just
left
born.
her-
Oh, that's why.
left her at preschool and took me home.
Just trying to figure out ways to just get rid of her.
Did you ever leave a kid on top of the car at like a gas station and start driving?
Oh my Heath.
No, I
That
left-
happens
just
all the
gave me
time.
chills.
I
No,
left a
that like
piece of-
that's insane that happens.
Yeah, it happens. I don't judge people for that. It really happens. You
Oh.
leave your kids.
Tell the story when last time you came to California, when you hopped off the plane and the people in the front with the baby in the carriage.
Oh, that's already on one of your. It's already on.
We did talk about
TikToks.
it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
we
when they
wanna-
Oh, we
folded the
talked
kid-
about it.
We definitely
you
talked
told the
about
story.
it.
Oh,
for
I
them.
told the story.
Yeah, when
All
they
right.
folded the baby in the carriage.
Oh, that was
He had the
crazy.
baby crying. That was.
That's
funny.
insane that they
I'm trying to
got
think
it
if there's
fully
any
folded.
crazy Mariah stories.
Never got in trouble for anything.
We were good kids.
They were very good kids.
They were good.
Mariah, like
I
Mariah,
think-
you want to know how Mariah was as a kid? This is you're looking at her. Like same personality, same like quirkiness, funny, nervous. Like she was a nervous kid.
She told me that as kids they were really good in public, but when you guys were home is when they would act up.
Yeah, it was a little chaotic, but
I think especially my teenage years, me and my sister, she would accuse us of doing. She thought we were out.
I didn't trust her. I did not
and
trust
then
my
it
kids.
clicked once we got older and started hearing stories. It clicked to me, and my sister, that like because she did everything.
She's projecting.
Yep.
Yes, she did everything and
Tina's-
assumed. Meanwhile, me and my sister are terrified to leave the house. We wouldn't ask to go to birthday party. Like we were just scared to get in trouble.
It was kind of reverse what you did.
Never did.
Smart.
We never snuck out. We never did drugs. We never drank. Like we just didn't.
That
we
was
didn't
Mommy's
do
MO.
anything.
That's good.
We
that's
were
why we
scared.
moved. That's why we moved to the country. Like in Staten Island,
Yeah.
like we would sneak out, like either hop on a bus or call a cab or hop on a train and just go and then come back. I says, I'm moving my kids to the country. People would be like, aren't you afraid
It was an
they would
hour
sneak-"
away.
Country.
Yeah.
Kind of do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I says, my kids aren't sneaking out. Where are they going to go? Like the backyard, there was no lights.
Oh,
no
yeah,
street
we
lights,
lived
no
on, like,
public
the-
transportation. I says, where are they going?
When you were younger, who were you more scared of to like ask for? Like were you
My mom. What are you, nuts?
so like if you wanted
If we were to ask my dad, he'd be like, ask your mother. Ask your mother.
Yeah,
because he would just be like, yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
We'd say yes to everything.
But as I got older, I didn't ask to hang out with friends because even when I was like 16, they would be like, we have to meet their parents.
Yeah.
And that wasn't cool to like, for them to show up to the door and be like, nice to meet you and hang out. That wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Elementary school, I was fine.
That's
but
like-
as I got older, I just kept the same friend group. I'm like, all right, she knows them. I don't want her to
Just
like
make it easier.
If I asked to go, God forbid, I asked to go to like a garage party or something, they would be like, where are the parents?
Yeah.
Let me.
And are we
Let me
invited?
meet the parents. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a blessing in disguise that my older brother did everything
Yeah.
because I was turned off by it, and I was like, I don't want to be in that position. And if he would get in trouble, I would just learn from that.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna bother doing anything. I'll just stay here.
Did your older brother fight in school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, he
Fought all
did.
over.
He did. I wanted them to defend themselves. I didn't want them
Yeah,
to be
that's
passive.
the thing.
Yeah, I respect that.
I knew if it came
scared.
down to
I
it,
didn't
I
want
could
them to
defend
be
myself.
Scared of confrontation.
Never had to, but I know I could defend myself. if I had
The only time I regretted telling the
Fran
boys
is.
something when they were younger,
Fran a fighter?
and she won't
maybe.
remember.
Maybe.
Nicholas, I forgot what happened, but somebody was giving him a problem on the bus, and he saw Dad. He's bigger than me. I said, if he's bigger than you, I said, pick up a pipe and hit him with a pipe.
He always said that, a pipe
She
or
says,
a bat.
Pipe or a bat. He says, if he's bigger than you, hit him with it. She's
Yeah.
like, what are you telling them?
And that's how I was raised.
right.
Pick up a bat. I didn't want my kids to do that. Hit. You could kill somebody.
Oh, okay, here.
You want
when they
your
were
kid to kill
younger,
somebody?
like they were all in sports and stuff. Did you
Yes.
guys ever get in any arguments at like little league events? Because my dad first like was always yelling at other parents that were like I just remember
Doing what?
because my dad would like coach like little league when I was in like soccer or baseball or
Like he was
football.
the main coach, or was
Yeah.
he kind of like that?
No,
the parent-
he was the coach.
I coached the boys like through everything.
Yeah.
And then I umpired later on because I wanted to stay in it. But I didn't do it for that. Like I just do it because I wanted them to learn how to play the game right.
Yeah.
Did you fight with parents?
But did
I
what-
never fought with parents, but if somebody got a little unruly, I would say something to them.
Hey, Johnny
Hey.
Bagatona.
Take it easy.
In my own
Take
way.
It easy.
Take it easy. Oh, yeah, take it easy.
Oh,
Yeah,
take
hey, do me a
easy.
favor. Take it
Yeah,
easy.
take
like
it
if a parent
easy.
thought you
They're
made a
kids.
bad
They're
call
just
as
kids.
well.
Yeah,
Let them play. Let them play.
No, I used to stop the game. I says, look, you're not abusing the umpire. That's number one.
Yeah.
You saying?
I said, these kids are like 10 years old, 9 years old, and you want to get in my ear about my calls? No.
Did you ever skew the calls for your kids? Did you like give them a strike when?
Actually, I called.
here we go.
I called.
Knew
No,
it.
I called John out, and he's like, "Dad, what are you doing?" I said, "What do you mean? What are you doing? You're like third.
You're out.
You're out. Get out of here. Go sit down."
You know how parents will just be on the sideline and they just like yell things.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
They yell at other players.
Yeah.
I just think my dad just doesn't take shit from people, so I feel like he would just give it back.
You'd grab the lead pipe.
The baseball
Get the
bat.
pipe. It works.
So, speaking of bats and weapons,
Freaking love bats.
I love Halloween. Do you want to tell the Double Dutch story really quick?
Oh, I thought you wanted me to tell the bat story.
What's the bat story?
There's a
Oh,
bat
is it?
story.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
Where you got hit in the, oh, that was a hammer.
When he hit me in the head with a hammer,
Her
he
brother.
hit me in the mouth with his foot.
What did you do
Oh,
to
his
him?
foot.
I'm in between. I have 4 siblings, and I'm in between 2 brothers who fought. They were boxers. So I'm the girl. So we used to play box. Like one brother would be the referee, and then me and the other brother would box.
We were 3. We were 3.
And there was one time where I grabbed my brother's foot because he was throwing a karate kick, and I grabbed his foot, but he came around with the other foot and kicked me in the mouth, and I had braces and blood and
That's a good kick. How do you do that?
stitches.
Very flexible.
Just like this
He's
round
good.
off kick.
Wow.
He's really good with the karate.
That was when we were teenagers. But when I was a baby, I think I was 1, he was 3. He hit me over the head with a hammer
Oh wow! I was making a joke. He was right. 3.
because I was playing with the hammer. My mother wanted
A
the
real hammer?
A real hammer.
Why were
I
you
was
playing with a hammer?
That's
It was
what
a
they
different
did.
time.
When you lived in
when,
Brooklyn.
when there's no toys, you just kind of.
Yeah.
Whatever's laying around.
When
So
you
my
lived in
mother
Brooklyn,
asked
that's
my
what you
brother
did.
to get the hammer from me, but I wasn't giving I don't remember it. My brother remembers. Apparently,
Well, you can't remember
we were
after
like
being hit
tug
in the
of war
head.
with the hammer,
Oof.
and he grabbed it and he hit me over the head with it. I got a scar like right.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I know someone that was in a similar thing, but
But I'm not
she didn't
like,
make
all
it though.
this- why
John Benet Ramsey.
Enough. Her house is up
What?
for sale, Ma. You want to go to the open house?
I don't like talking all this violent talk.
Oh,
Like,
it's all right. We're going to get to
we never
violence.
talk- we never talk about
I
violence.
don't condone it.
But
I
you're the
don't
one that
like
used to
it.
We
fight.
know,
You don't
we
wanna
know.
I
talk-
don't
we know.
watch it.
We
I
know.
don't like anything
We know.
hitting in the face. I don't.
All right. So anyway,
I'm a different
double
person.
dot. You're doing double dot.
It was recess and we were playing double dutch. Me and my friends were playing double dutch, and there was another group of girls in a different friend group,
Different gang.
and they kept jumping in the rope and messing up our game.
How old were you guys?
I want to say I was 5th grade.
Okay.
5th grade,
10.
and this girl was 6th grade.
Okay.
So they kept jumping in the rope and messing up the game. Happened all the time. It was just like that's what kids did.
Yeah.
But not in Tina's world.
Not today.
Not on her.
this day.
So they kept doing it, and then I told my friend the next time they jump in, pull the rope. Okay? So this one girl jumps in, and I give the signal. This one girl, we'll call her Nettie.
That's good. That's cute.
Okay.
All right.
She jumps in, we pull the rope, and she trips, and everybody's like, ooh. So as she gets out of the rope, as she's walking away, she shoves me.
Oof. Okay.
And then you hear more oohs.
Yeah.
Now she's in 6th grade, but she's been held back a few times.
She's been
So
held back
she's
a few
older.
times. She's a big girl, taller,
A little
tougher,
stronger. Yeah.
tougher. Her whole friend group was like a bunch of tough girls.
A little bit of a beard.
She was
So-
18.
So she put. I never. You know what? I have to say,
You never
I
started
never
it.
started a fight.
All right, yeah.
Never started a
That's
fight.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zane, pull the rope.
Hey, next time
So
she
she
does that,
shoved
rope.
me, so I shoved her back, and then we just started brawling.
You
And
get a good group.
and she was considered like a tough girl, like she
Yeah.
was the
The
toughest girl
bully,
in
the
the school.
school
So
bully.
it gained like a little respect.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
gained like a little like, oh, Tina. And I was tiny. I wasn't like, you know.
People would have been tweeting about it back then. If
Right.
Oh yeah.
Uncle
Would've went
David said
viral.
you got on top of her and just boom, boom.
Oh, it was that type.
Yeah, that's what
nice.
Uncle
I think we
David
went to the
says.
ground.
Nothing
I
like
think
a good
were just
bully beat up.
fighting. I think
Oh,
we were just fighting,
great show,
standing
bully
up. So
beat
then
down.
the teacher came and
Yeah.
broke it up. Like the teacher came and broke it up, and we were both. I remember we were both crying though. I do remember we were both crying.
You made her cry.
And I
You made
think
yourself
I was
cry.
crying. I wasn't crying because I was hurt. I was crying. I think just the whole situation was
Yeah,
like
it's very
overwhelming.
intense.
Yeah.
So then
I'm not crying.
And then
Uncle David's in school.
so he's left in elementary school. And he was picked on a lot.
This is now the Golden Gloves boxer. He taught us all how to fight.
Yeah.
But when he was younger, he was a scaredy cat.
Yeah.
Well, he
Didn't-
was picked on. We even picked on him,
Yeah.
siblings. Like he was the youngest of 5, the youngest of all the cousins.
Yeah, that's
So he was
okay.
picked on
Family's
a
okay,
lot.
but now when it comes,
He was
from
picked
other
on a
people-
lot, and in school picked on. Like that's what everybody picked on everybody. But
There's a difference.
You're from Brooklyn.
so
you're
this
from-
one group of kids, they were picking on him, and one of them brought a knife to school.
And the rumor started where it was like, Ricky brought a knife to school. He said he's going to kill you to Uncle David.
Oh, yeah?
He went home and told Grandpa
Okay.
and said, Ricky brought a knife to school. So Grandpa gave him a bat, right?
The bat.
To bring
She-
to school.
Or a stick. I don't think it was
she
bad. I
wants
think
she
it was
wants
like a
you
stick.
she wants you to continue the story because it's your story.
Go ahead.
Oh, I don't know the story.
Oh, you don't know the story?
No, I only know the story because of Uncle David telling it.
School gets let out, and Ricky comes out with his gang, and
the knife.
Ricky has the knife, and it's him and Uncle David head to head, and Ricky brings the knife out, but Grandpa stayed behind. And Ricky's about to attack him, and Uncle David brings out the weapon that he has, but he's shaking.
Sorry, elementary guys. It's elementary school.
Yeah.
In elementary
So
school.
Uncle David brings out the weapon, but he's shaking. He's so scared. He's not doing anything. He's just shaking.
Yeah.
So my grandpa ended up following behind and pulls up, and he goes, oh, you know what? Uncle David even said he tried to be tough when Ricky was let out of school. He goes, hey, Ricky, you looking for me? And then he like pulled out his weapon. He was like, like couldn't back up when he was like yelling.
That's
so
good.
Grandpa came behind him and he said, Ricky. And Ricky turns around and he goes, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
So Ricky turns around and looks at my grandpa and is like a deer in headlights, terrified. And he goes, do you know who I am? And he goes, yeah, you're Tina's pappy. And he runs. So now everybody is scared because Uncle David was her brother.
There
and they
you
knew
go.
that she beat people up.
I used to beat people up to defend my brother.
Yeah.
Because he was like, he wasn't a fighter when he was little, and he was picked on. So I used to go after the people that
That's
were
usually
picking
how
on
it
him.
works. The ones that gets picked on are the ones that take up
Yes.
boxing and become
Like once,
Yeah.
like Uncle David was being bullied. Uncle James was in a totally different school. He would show up to the cafeteria of the elementary school.
How are you getting
And he
around
was
at this?
older.
Like, and
Oh,
He was a lot
Dude,
older.
remember South? You
What?
could walk right
We
through those
walked
doors. It was
everywhere.
easy.
There was no security. There was nothing.
no, but like
we were
going
in
from
school.
school to school. Like if I was in
Uncle
like,
James would leave
we were
school.
able to go to
They would
different
hear that
schools.
Uncle David's being picked on. Uncle James would leave his school and show up at the elementary school in the cafeteria and threaten all the kids that were threatening Uncle
And then
David.
be back for class in the
in
afternoon.
those days, they took attendance twice. Once in the morning, once in the afternoon.
Really?
So you could leave after the morning and not come back, and you would just be marked absent for the afternoon. Like you could leave and come and go as you please. There was no. It was very weird. You too?
Dang.
Yeah, Dad, were you bad?
I just don't.
He
You
never
didn't
skipped.
fight. Did you ever have to defend like Guy or anything? Or
The guy.
your guy,
He
brother
was crazy,
Guy.
my younger brother. What are you kidding? I had 3 fights in my life.
Oh, that's a
One
lot.
one of them was with Uncle Guy.
One of them was with his brother. Oh, and I was around.
Yeah, that's a long story. We can't.
I was
That's
there.
another
I
part.
was
As long as you won, you
I
won.
was in the picture.
No. I just
Nobody
I was
won. It was a
dodging him.
lose-lose.
Yeah, he's
okay.
Don't
never
fight.
happened.
Yeah, don't fight.
no, he's a beast, my brother.
Pull the rope.
Pull the rope.
Pull the
Pull the rope. Put
Yeah,
that on a
so-
shirt.
But anyway,
Pull the rope.
with a wink on the back.
Yeah, good times.
But now you're total opposite.
I still have a big mouth. I still have like a mouth. Like I like to
that's
fight.
for
I like
sure.
confrontation.
You like to have
I
fun.
like a little conflict.
She'll yell at us for not being confrontational towards her.
There's nothing.
Because
Really?
I learned
confrontation.
growing up, if I opened my mouth, I would get in trouble. So I keep my mouth shut. Now she's like, why don't you speak up? I'm like, why do you think?
But you still could, speak up.
When I have to, I do. But it's with friends. If I
in
have to defend a
right,
friend.
in a comfortable setting.
In a comfortable setting.
If I know I'm right, I'm gonna win.
With people I'm comfortable with. Anything else you could think of before we wrap up?
I feel like I just got to experience like a motto like Thanksgiving dinner.
It's going to be like this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
You should
Had a lot
see
of fun.
all of them all together, like the entire family.
Yeah.
I know. I really want to. I want to experience that. I will.
like
It's
the six
intense.
of us. The six of us, or
No,
like
like
aunts,
with the
uncles,
cousins,
and
everybody.
Stuff?
Oh, that's crazy.
It's very a little obnoxious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
is a little-
obnoxious.
No, I-
it's a little obnoxious.
It's very big
The,
because we're very family oriented.
yeah, and I love that.
And that's what we love about our family.
But everybody's fighting.
and they,
Yeah.
but that's the
But I
best.
love-
It's
that's the
crazy
best
the way
part.
that they
Nobody gets
talk
along.
is. It seems like they're upset all the time.
Yeah.
like
Right.
everything
Very
sounds
tense and high-strung.
aggressive, and it's just a normal conversation.
Like
but
normally
you're like,
people be like, "Why are you being nasty?" And you're like, we're just
We're just
Yeah.
Italian.
we're just having conversation."
Oh, the first
but-
picture that when Mariah said, "I'm in love, I'm in
Yeah,
love,"
okay.
and I said, "Mariah, what, who, what,
Wow,
where,
yeah.
when?" And she sends me a picture of Heath.
I didn't give her his Instagram because I selected pictures because there was pictures of like you and him with your shirts up. He was like dressed like a skanky cowboy. And I had to select what pictures to show them and be like, no, he's normal. Like he's like a nice kid.
You don't understand the amount of times I think about my Instagram page whenever I'm like, it sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, our Instagrams were really bad back then, especially around that time.
Yeah.
Well, we
really
didn't
bad.
get the whole content thing when you were doing that. I'm like, why is he doing these things?
So there's like no context to anything
really
that they're
didn't
seeing
know.
on
Right.
Instagram.
And they're like, but what does he do? I'm like,
what does he do? Is
This.
he like a lawyer? Or
Nick
She
calls
sends me the
me
picture.
Heath.
I says, he's a cowboy, Mariah?
H-E-A-T.
He's a
Heath.
cowboy?
well, Ma, that's why our stories line up. The way we met, I immediately thought of your story. Our friend hooked us up, introduced us, and I looked at him dressed like a cowboy, smoking a cigarette, and I was like, Jess.
Cowboy hat, cowboy boots. And I'm like, Mariah, what are you doing?
You wanted us to move to the country. That's what you get.
You got the country, exactly.
But then we met Heath.
And he's so sweet.
And he was very sweet, very quiet.
Thank you.
Like I was waiting for him to crack a joke because we only knew him from his videos.
you can't give too much away though in that
Yeah,
first,
exactly.
because then it'll look
Yeah.
like you're trying to like
Yeah, but you know what?
We
trying
only
too
knew
hard.
him as being funny. So when he wasn't being
Come on, funny guy, tell me a
Yeah,
joke.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, what's
I was
going on
like,
here?
what is going on? Why is
Hey, this funny guy's not very
Boring.
funny.
Yeah.
very proud of you. You didn't say the F word once. I was a little
She's keeping
nervous.
There's no way you've been keeping track.
Oh, hell yeah.
I haven't said it once.
He said it once. Remember, I hit him.
Yeah.
With other parents,
I
I,
really
try not
did.
to cuss as much. I
That's
mean, I
very
think my
nice.
brain naturally just doesn't want to cuss.
Good.
Yeah.
No, I-
It's
with
my mom,
not
I cuss a lot,
necessary.
though.
I
It's
always-
not- you
I always-
curse with your mother?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
both, we're both like that.
Yeah.
All right.
It came out once, once I was like 25, 26, and like we were like really.
I'm trying to remember when I felt comfortable cussing around my mom.
You still, like in a normal conversation, you just curses come out?
I try my best not to. Sometimes I'll like slip up if I'm like
It has to
excited
make
or-
sense. I think with comedy, if you're trying to make something comedic, maybe you'd like throw in that F word.
I never cursed in front of my parents.
See, I don't get
they
that,
wouldn't. They wouldn't.
Remember you
allow it.
accidentally did because they spoke Italian?
We're talking Italian. About Angul.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
par-
So that was her. Yeah.
My parents
got
were
around.
arguing.
Me in
So-
Italy.
Oh, yeah. So they both grew up, your parents spoke Italian?
My mom did. Yeah.
Both their parents spoke Italian, but they didn't teach them because they were American.
Yeah.
They were like, you're American, like you speak English.
Right.
So, but they would speak to each other in Italian, and she just wanted to fit in.
Well, my parents were arguing in Italian,
Yeah.
and I was a little. I wanted to. I don't know what I was.
You wanted to
thinking,
beep
but I
beep bop,
wanted to
boop,
be
boop,
like,
boop,
hey,
beep, beep.
look at me, look at me. It was like one of those, look at me,
I was
stop
that
fighting,
kid.
look at me.
Yeah.
But they were arguing in Italian, and I went up, "Fangula,"
Which is F you?
Yeah.
very bad.
Very bad. F you.
And
That
my
is-
father just,
Cracked.
in the heat of the moment, backhand. I'm like, what'd I say? I didn't know what I said. I didn't know what I said.
just knew it was bad.
I knew it was an Italian word
Mm-hmm.
because I've heard it. They were arguing. So I just knew it was an Italian word that was used often. And I just picked that one. It was the wrong word to pick.
Yeah.
When we were in
But-
Italy, we were at a restaurant and Heath went over and bought a table shots. And everyone was like, hey, salute, whatever. And Heath goes, vaffanculo.
And they got so
the
excited.
whole restaurant, we had the napkins going. Everybody loved
Did you know
him.
what you were
Perfect.
saying?
That was
Yeah,
the
I taught
perfect
him
word.
what he was
Tina,
saying.
That was one of
It
like
was-
my favorite days.
It was-
ever.
that
That definitely
moment-
top 15 days.
That
of
moment was so much fun. The entire restaurant, when we showed up to the restaurant, we took like a boat there. When we showed up, it was like nice and quiet and everybody was eating with their families. It ended up being like a club because
It
we
was
showed up.
insane.
Everybody
The
started
kids,
becoming friends with
the
each other.
owner came out with a cigar serving people. Like it was like
They liked when you
Have,
said
have you guys
Like-
been to
Well, they-
Positano?
they've never
They
been.
haven't
They've
been
never
to
been to
Italy.
Italy.
Oh, you've never been to Italy at all?
No.
Our vacations growing up, Ohio.
Lake
we went
George.
to Virginia.
Little Italy and Ohio.
Little Italy, Manhattan.
Ohio.
We went to
Coney
Ohio,
Island.
but you know what? When we would go, because we didn't go on vacation. When we went to Ohio, we couldn't sleep. We were so excited. Because we're going somewhere. And it was
Yeah.
like
Right.
a road.
Ohio was nice. It was
Ohio, Virginia,
nice. Lake George, Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore. Yeah, Seaside was like our beach. So we'd
Was
be
your
like
Italy?
in the summer, we're like, oh, we get to go to Seaside, and we would just go to
We
Seaside.
took you on a
That's
cruise
so
once.
fun.
Yeah, for your birthday, we went on a cruise.
on my,
We should take all of our parents
50th
and
birthday.
go to Italy.
Yeah.
I would
Like
I would
Jersey
love
Shore.
that.
It's his dream.
Family vacation.
Jersey Shore family vacation. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, they didn't care that I said that.
I
They
knew you
like got
could.
excited.
What? That's FU.
It's like a go F yourself. Like
Well, it's
I think you're saying it in
It's
like a very positive
bad.
way.
they
Yeah.
they knew we were
Yes.
American and they just were excited to hear us say something in Italian.
Right.
It doesn't
That
matter.
was
Which is
the
crazy because
difference.
usually they don't like American.
It could have
Well,
been
no,
me saying
that's
potato.
France. That was
Oh,
the difference
France.
between France and Italy.
Oh, yeah,
France,
yeah.
if you tried to speak French, they would speak English back to you. Like they did not want you to even bother. Italy, they loved
They
that
were
you were
so
trying.
excited.
Yeah.
it was nice.
I love Italians.
And then they
It was so
started
much
saying
fun.
it and we were all chanting it and we were taking shots. It was insane.
It was really fun.
yeah. I think it's one of the worst curse words, right? to
What,
use.
Bafangul?
like, what does it mean though?
It means like F you in the
Yeah, like up your.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you could say it. They could edit it out.
It's like the
you
C
know?
word for us, for Americans.
I learned all my bad words from my mother. Like she used
And
to.
we learned
And she
from
would say it in
you.
Italian.
Okay, we got to do it. Is it sauce or gravy?
They both say
Sauce.
something different.
It's sauce.
You say gravy, you say
Gravy.
sauce.
But why do you say it different?
For what?
Spaghetti sauce.
Oh, gravy.
See, there you go.
It's marinade.
Now somebody's going to say, well, we're having gravy tomorrow with the turkey. No, we have gravy on the manigots.
Manigots. We're having manigots tomorrow.
No,
But
we're
isn't
having
gravy?
sauce.
Gravy is the. I thought gravy is the consistency of a certain sauce. That's what makes it gravy. No.
You could tell the story. Go
Is
ahead.
it because you like why is it different?
My mom called
It's
it
called gravy. If it's cooked, if you cook the meat in the sauce, they call it gravy. If it's just
Look it up.
if it's without meat, it's sauce.
Difference
but
between sauce
it's
and
but
gravy.
it's both sauce. The reason why there's a difference between sauce and gravy is when they came over to America, and they needed and they didn't speak English, and they needed to get meat for their Sunday sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would go to the butcher to get the meat for the sauce, but the butchers were American or Irish or whatever. And they says, we don't have meat for sauce. Like they couldn't understand what meat for sauce was. They're like, we have gravy meat. We have meat. We have meat that, I don't know. They had to call it gravy so the butcher would understand what they
What-
wanted.
Oh, so it seems like gravy and sauce are both not English words.
But there it is. I believe the word gravy came with the immigrants from Italy.
Yes.
Okay.
When we moved from Staten Island
It's
to
a-
Pennsylvania, she would go to the deli in Pennsylvania and ask, could I get mozzarella? Could I whatever? And they were like, huh? You had to change
Well,
your
one time I ordered, I says, can I have one with mozzarella? Or I ordered mozzarella sticks. And
Mozzarella.
And Mariah's like, why did you say mozzarella?
Yeah,
I
I
says,
don't.
they don't understand mozzarella. They don't understand mozzarella. You got to say mozzarella.
That's why I was saying this morning at the bagel shop, I was like, you say bacon, egg, and cheese. They're like, repeat that. To,
Bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup.
Yeah. And I'm
Bacon,
like,
egg, and cheese is like one word.
Yeah.
On the East Coast.
2 hours and 6 minutes, y'all.
oh, that's
Whoa.
that's-
Killed it.
Minutes.
We can go for another hour.
Well,
We
we're gonna
have
do the
we have an unwind, so it's
So
like no, like
Yeah.
it's much more comfortable.
Can I say hi to a couple of fans?
Yeah, go ahead.
They're not my fans. They're your
floor's yours.
fans. Like they love you guys, but they've been so nice to me. Like we really keep in touch.
KIT. That's where
Wait,
KIT
you
comes
really
from.
you keep in touch
touch.
with some people?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, shout 'em
They're
out.
just
What's her name?
Chef Bernardi. She's a big fan of Chef,
Chef Bernardi. I
Bernardi.
want that steak, that coffee.
Cremona.
Yeah. But there's the first fan I started talking to is Shelby. Such a sweet young
She's
mom
very sweet.
Aw.
from the South. Shelby, you know Shelby? Yeah.
Wait, how do you know Shelby?
We chit chat.
She's a fan. She's a very loyal fan. Very nice girl.
She's been watching us
Leah,
for a long
Okay,
time.
show me her after.
you know, Leah, she's a mom of 5.
Whoa.
She's always like, after the podcast, she'll send me a little note, you know, how much
Oh,
she
that's
enjoyed
nice.
it. She,
Oh.
just very nice, very personable, very nice
I
people.
love that.
Yeah.
Caitlin, oh my goodness, I love Caitlin. She's a true fangirl. Hi, Caitlin.
She should like kind of run that side of our
pumpkin spice.
of
Jordan,
Unfiltered.
another
She's the sweetest.
Jordan, pumpkin
Yeah.
spicer.
Tina's like, you want to get
Oh
to the
my
boys, you
goodness,
get through me.
they're so
you got to get
nice.
through me.
Get through me.
She came to our meetups a long time ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's very sweet.
Oh my goodness, yeah, they got a really nice. And just Ralphie, he's a great young.
Oh, the artist.
Young
Oh, the
artist.
artist.
Yeah, he's
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's it. I'm sorry if I missed anyone, but those are like the top.
Thank you for
Top
being
4
sweet to her,
fans.
guys.
Yeah.
Very nice. And thank you for being nice little comments about you guys.
Oh, thank
They
you.
love Mariah.
Mariah.
They love Mariah.
Do you guys have anything you'd like to promote? Any you want
Any last words?
any businesses? Any projects that you are currently working on? Or
Eat at Cracker Barrel.
She cleans the floors. Oh wait, what do you
wait.
do?
Yeah.
Oh no, what do you
Come to
do?
Cracker Barrel. What? A maintenance.
You're the cleaning lady at Cracker Barrel.
you guys
to
should
Cracker Barrel,
go,
get my
go to
discount.
Cracker Barrel
Yeah,
and say
shout
hi.
out. Which Cracker Barrel? Fogelsville?
Focusville Cracker Barrel.
Tina, you're
After
gonna get
hours.
everybody.
After hours.
You can get a meet and greet line.
Can you imagine?
She can.
Tina,
You might see me, you might not.
You might get a raise because you're bringing in customers.
And Dash, shout out your job.
I'd like to say hello to JT Lilo Trucking
Okay.
in
Okay.
Walnut Port,
Pays
Pennsylvania.
the bills.
Beautiful.
Pays the
Pays the
bills.
bills.
Truck
Yes.
driver.
Even though you didn't go to school
What do you mean?
for it.
I didn't
My
go
ne-
to
my
school
little
enough for Darren. That's what it
This
was.
is so funny, Zane. Listen to this.
What?
It's so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I told my little nephew, he's 9 years old. I told him that I thought I was going to impress this little boy by saying Uncle Nicky drives a dump truck.
Uh-huh.
All right. What little boy doesn't like dump trucks,
Yeah.
right? So I says, oh, yeah, Uncle Nicky drives a dump truck. He goes, he does? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, so he didn't finish school? And I'm like,
A
9 years
9-year-old.
what? He goes, yeah, like he didn't
Like
go to
like judging?
college?
Like
Yeah.
and not
Judging.
whoa.
So he didn't finish school.
didn't
Oh,
Finish
so he didn't finish
school?
school?
Get rid of his. He has a
Because
phone.
you know you can't pick any job. If you go to college, you can
Yeah.
pick whatever job you want. But Uncle Nicky had no choice because he didn't go to college.
Call him out.
Darren.
Isn't that crazy that this?
Oh, she said
Darren.
first name. Wow.
Darren.
Isn't it crazy that
Darren
a 9-year-old is saying that?
Yeah.
I love you, Darren, but you don't
they know
need to
too
go
much.
to college to get a good job. Take care of
much.
your family.
You could work at Cracker
And I did.
Barrel.
I went to college for 2 years.
I forgot he did. He was going to be a gym teacher.
Mine was liberal arts, non-science.
Those that can't do,
Teach.
teach. And those that can't teach,
Teach gym.
Teach gym.
Am I right?
That's good.
Is that what we're going to say?
She didn't hear
I
me.
forgot. I lost my train of thought.
What did you say?
When
Literally
people
me.
just say, "What'd you go to college for?" I said, "I was aerodynamics. I was taking up space."
Aerial. He said aerial dynamic.
Aerodynamics. I was taking up space.
Oh, that's funny.
That was Zane. Zane was taking up space in
That's
college.
really funny.
I really
I'll show
was.
you.
I was taking somebody else's spot that deserved to be.
No, he
there
was
more than
taking my work.
Yeah, Zane just signed up for the classes he did, so they were both going to be cops.
Yeah.
me. Imagine being a cop.
Bad boys, bad boys.
Freeze!
Imagine,
Hey, turn around.
Zane, imagine we got like put together as partners and it was me and you rolling around in a cop car
Oh, he-
all day.
It would be 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, we'd get fired immediately.
That would be so fun though.
Oh my.
Oh my, that'd be, dude. Imagine our cop like vines.
All right.
We've been recording for a long
This
time.
is
Thank you guys
exhausting.
so much for watching.
A toast.
Make sure to check out our
Salud.
Patreon, patreon.com/Zane and Heath. We post bonus episode every single month. We do early access. You get it a few days early. You get it ad free. We do the unwind after. We keep these cameras rolling and you get like an extended cut. We have a Discord. We have
We have the unwinds where you keep the cameras rolling. Did you say that already? Nice. Okay, perfect.
yeah,
Just wanna
it's
make
a
sure.
really fun time. Make sure to check it out. Patreon.com/Zane and Heath.
We post these videos every Monday, audio form on all the podcast platforms. And on Tuesdays, we post a video form of this podcast on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Zane and Heath.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. We love you.
Ciao. Say goodbye.
Oh, bye. Bye. Oh, yeah. Say bye, guys.
We say goodbye too?
Yeah, sure.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Thank you for having
Bye.
us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys for taking the time. And Mariah, thank you very much.
You waxed, and we delivered.
Hey.
Yeah.
Throw the pinky up. Throw that pinky up. Hey. Come on.
Perfect.
All right, now
Awesome.
we can relax. And
All right,
hang
now
out.
the unwind starts.